As you settle into the calm of the night, let's gently explore how intelligence isn't just about thinking hard, it's about learning in stillness. While you sleep, your mind processes and adapts, growing sharper with each moment of rest. So as you drift off, remember, relaxation and intelligence go hand in hand. The more you rest, the clearer and brighter your mind becomes. The human brain, with its remarkable network of roughly 86 billion neurons forming trillions of synaptic connections, stands as one of nature's most extraordinary creations, and understanding its gentle complexity requires a deep exploration of how it develops, functions, adapts, and continuously shapes the human experience. Beginning with the foundation of neural structure, we journey through the roles of dendrites, axons, and synapses, observing how electrical impulses and chemical messengers work in harmony to create thoughts, memories, emotions, and behaviors, forming an ever-changing internal universe of activity more intricate than the stars scattered throughout the Milky Way. And as we move into the stages of brain development, we witness the formation of new neurons, the pruning of unused connections, and the influence of environment, learning, and experience in sculpting our cognitive abilities, demonstrating the immense power of neuroplasticity. From here, we shift into the essential role of sleep, understanding how the brain tirelessly works through the night to consolidate memories, process emotions, and perform vital maintenance functions that keep us mentally sharp and emotionally balanced, revealing the hidden intelligence operating beneath the surface of consciousness. And as we continue our journey, we explore how memory and emotion intertwine, guided by the amygdala, hippocampus, and other key regions, influencing how we learn, react, and interpret the world around us. This leads naturally into the brain's constant problem-solving abilities, from decision-making and creativity to motor coordination and instinctive behavior, showing how different regions collaborate in complex harmony to allow us to think, move, feel, and interact with our surroundings. Moving forward, we dive into the concept of the brain's quiet, continuous growth, how each repeated action strengthens neural pathways, how deeply emotional moments become lasting memories, and how habits, skills, and knowledge evolve through subtle patterns of repeated activation, often without conscious awareness. And we examine the crucial relationship between mental well-being and brain function, recognizing how stress, connection, reflection, and self-care impact cognitive health over time. Finally, we reflect on the awe-inspiring truth that the brain, in its silent and ceaseless work, is not just an organ but a living process of adaptation, learning, and transformation, shaping every thought we think and every dream we dream, growing wiser through every moment of experience, and inviting us to appreciate the profound beauty hidden within its gentle, endlessly complex design. Intelligence is not confined to IQ scores or academic achievements. It extends far beyond that into emotional, social, creative, and practical realms, making it a multidimensional force that shapes how we experience and interact with the world. Our capacity for empathy, creativity, and intuition plays a vital role in the overall functioning of our minds, each contributing to the intricate, soothing symphony that governs our behavior and interactions. Emotional intelligence, the ability to recognize, understand, and manage both our own emotions and those of others, fosters deeper connections and more harmonious relationships, leading to a calmer, more balanced life. Those who are emotionally aware often find themselves more adept at navigating life's challenges, as their understanding of emotions provides them with tools for empathy, conflict resolution, and self-regulation. Creativity, too, is a key component of intelligence. It's not just about artistic expression, but the ability to think outside the box, adapt to new situations, and come up with innovative solutions to problems. Creative intelligence is at work whenever we approach a challenge from a new perspective, whether in the workplace, in personal relationships, or in how we express our ideas and dreams. Social intelligence, closely linked with emotional intelligence, emphasizes the ability to navigate social complexities with ease, understanding social cues, recognizing the needs and feelings of others, and responding in ways that foster positive interaction and collaboration. Practical intelligence, often referred to as street smarts, involves the ability to solve everyday problems, make decisions with limited information, and adapt to real-world situations. This type of intelligence allows individuals to thrive in their environments, making practical decisions that lead to success in various aspects of life. In contrast to traditional IQ, these diverse forms of intelligence come together to create a balanced, adaptable mind capable of thriving in multiple areas of life. The synergy between cognitive, emotional, creative, and practical intelligences is what enables us to move through life with a sense of purpose, grace, and adaptability. This quiet wisdom, whether guiding us to make thoughtful decisions, understand others more deeply, or approach challenges with creativity and confidence, acts like a soft, guiding light, leading us gently rather than forcefully through the complexities of life. Over time, this kind of intelligence helps build resilience, emotional well-being, and a deeper sense of connection with others, reminding us that intelligence is not just about how much we know, but how we use what we know to navigate the world with empathy, creativity, and grace. Nature and nurture work together in a calm, delicate dance, where genetics lay the foundation of our potential, and life experiences shape that potential in ways both subtle and profound. Our genetic makeup provides the raw material, the potential for intelligence, creativity, emotional depth, and more. But it is through our interactions with the world, the lessons we learn, and the experiences we accumulate that we truly develop these qualities. This process is much like a painter carefully layering soft colors on a canvas, where every experience, every challenge, and every moment of reflection adds a new shade, texture, or depth to the picture of who we are. Learning new things, whether through formal education or simple curiosity, strengthens the brain's neural pathways, reinforcing and expanding our capacity for understanding and innovation. Yet, even the most gentle and slow activities, such as reading a book, meditating, or taking time to reflect, can significantly enhance our intelligence over time, fostering a deeper understanding of the world and ourselves. These moments of quiet growth accumulate, often unnoticed, but steadily shaping our minds in profound ways. Intelligence, in this sense, is not something that grows in loud, sudden bursts, but rather in a quiet, organic way, like a seed sprouting beneath the soil, slowly and almost imperceptibly pushing toward the surface. Over time, we see the results of this subtle growth. New perspectives, more balanced emotional responses, increased creativity, and a deeper sense of connection with others. The beauty of this process lies in its natural pace, reminding us that intelligence is not just an inherent trait, but a living, evolving quality that flourishes through both nature and nurture, continuously growing and adapting as we move through life. Sleep is not just a period of rest. It's a crucial, restorative process that directly influences the brain's function and our overall intelligence. During deep sleep, the brain enters a phase of active cleansing, removing toxins and waste products that accumulate throughout the day. This process helps maintain the health of neurons and ensures the brain remains sharp and responsive. At the same time, sleep plays a vital role in organizing memories and experiences. The brain sorts through information, consolidating important memories while discarding irrelevant ones, thus improving our ability to recall and apply knowledge. Additionally, while we sleep, neural connections are reinforced, strengthening the pathways that facilitate learning, problem-solving, and decision-making. Emotional control and cognitive development depend on this quiet, subconscious activity. Sleep has physiological advantages, but it also allows the mind to use dreams as a creative way to solve problems. Although dreams may appear haphazard or enigmatic, they have a crucial purpose. They give the brain a chance to experiment and consider various approaches to problems without the stress of waking reality. Through this process, the mind is able to think creatively, form new connections, and occasionally solve problems that seemed unsolvable during the day. The subtle but profound truth that sometimes doing nothing, is actually the best course of action is highlighted by the quiet power of rest. We can allow the brain to develop and process information in ways that active thinking cannot by taking a step back and letting it rest. Because it helps control mood, lower stress levels, and preserve mental health, this sleep is crucial for both cognitive and emotional well-being. The brain's calming magic serves as a gentle reminder that true intelligence entails not only action and effort, but also the wisdom of knowing when to pause, reset, and allow the mind to rejuvenate in our fast-paced world where productivity is frequently prioritized over rest. Through this balance of rest and activity, we cultivate a more resilient, creative, and efficient mind, capable of meeting the challenges of daily life with greater ease and clarity. Intelligence is not only nurtured by intense focus or academic rigor, it thrives in moments of calm, relaxation, and mindful engagement with the world around us. Simple, everyday activities, like listening to soft music, walking in nature, or practicing mindfulness have the power to significantly boost cognitive function while fostering a sense of mental clarity and well-being. For instance, listening to soothing music has been shown to enhance brain activity, improving both memory and concentration. The calming effect of soft melodies reduces stress, making it easier to focus, learn, and problem solve. Similarly, taking a walk in nature does wonders for the mind. Studies reveal that spending time outdoors, surrounded by greenery, has a measurable positive impact on mental clarity, focus, and creativity. The natural environment allows the brain to rest and reset, providing a break from the constant stream of information and distractions that typically demand our attention. Even small acts of mindfulness, such as pausing to notice your breath or paying attention to the sensations in your body, can have a profound effect on cognitive calm and awareness. These simple practices encourage the brain to slow down, fostering a state of calm alertness that sharpens our focus and improves our capacity to absorb and retain information. As we incorporate these small moments of relaxation into our daily lives, we support our cognitive abilities in ways that go beyond traditional study or work routines. Intelligence, it turns out, is not just about what we do, but also about how we give our minds the space to rest, refresh, and recalibrate. In a world that often glorifies constant activity and productivity, taking time to relax and engage in these quiet, restorative practices can be just as important, if not more so, in nurturing our intelligence and emotional well-being. These small, intentional acts of self-care and mindfulness help cultivate a mind that is not only more focused, but also more resilient, adaptable, and capable of solving problems with clarity and creativity. Over time, this gentle balance of relaxation and alertness fosters an intelligence that is both sharp and peaceful, calm and effective. Memory is a complex, dynamic process that weaves together experiences and emotions across various regions of the brain, creating an intricate, ever-evolving map that helps define who we are and how we understand the world. Memories are not stored in a single location, but are distributed across multiple areas of the brain, each region contributing a unique aspect to the memory's overall structure. For instance, sensory information is processed in areas like the occipital lobe, vision, temporal lobe, hearing, and parietal lobe, touch, while emotions linked to the memory are often connected to the amygdala. The hippocampus plays a central role in consolidating short-term memories into long-term ones, acting as a bridge between experience and recollection. When we try to recall a memory, it's not like pulling a file from a drawer, but more like tracing a delicate, glowing thread through a labyrinth of neural connections, where each point we touch brings back a piece of the past, an image, a feeling, a sound. This process is not always precise. Sometimes memories can be fragmented, distorted, or influenced by our current state of mind, making the flow of recollection feel more like a fluid river than a fixed, static record. This gentle flow of memory, which can be altered or enriched over time, is shaped by the interplay between our experiences, emotions, and cognitive processes. Recalling memories can be influenced by many factors: the context in which we first encountered an experience, the emotional significance of the moment, and even our present mood or environment. In this sense, memory is not a passive retrieval of static information, but an active process that is constantly being reconstructed, updated, and transformed. It is also a highly individual experience, where two people may recall the same event differently based on their own perspectives, emotional states, and life experiences. The beauty of this system lies in its ability to adapt and shift. Memories are not just stored, but are lived experiences that continue to evolve. Understanding this fluid nature of memory helps us appreciate its depth and complexity, highlighting how deeply intertwined our past is with our present. This flowing, dynamic system allows us to learn, grow, and make sense of our lives, with each memory adding a layer of richness to our understanding of ourselves and the world around us. Creativity flourishes in silence because it offers the mind a unique opportunity to break free from the constant stream of input, allowing space for deeper processing and reflection. When we are constantly surrounded by noise, whether it's the hum of technology, social media, or the chatter of everyday life, the mind is constantly engaged in filtering and reacting to external stimuli. This barrage of distractions can cloud our ability to think creatively, as our mental resources are divided between focusing on the present moment and trying to process an overload of information. However, in quiet moments, the mind is allowed to rest, recharge, and begin to form connections without external interference. This is when our most innovative ideas and breakthroughs occur. Think of creativity as a delicate flower that needs space to bloom. Too much noise or distraction can stifle its growth, while silence nurtures its development. When the brain is undisturbed, it shifts into a mode of relaxed focus, allowing us to move beyond surface-level thinking and access deeper layers of the mind. It's in this space that we can begin to see patterns, make unexpected connections, and solve problems in new ways. This creative process is not a frantic race to find an answer. Rather, it's a slow, organic unfolding. Like clouds drifting lazily across the sky, ideas float in and out of our awareness, reshaping themselves, merging and evolving without pressure or urgency. Creativity, then, becomes less about forcing inspiration and more about allowing it to emerge naturally from a place of mental calm. This quiet state also fosters introspection and mindfulness, where we are more attuned to our thoughts and feelings. In these moments of reflection, the mind can access insights that might otherwise go unnoticed. Creative thoughts are not linear. They often arise from the unconscious, where seemingly unrelated ideas come together to form something new. For example, the process of daydreaming or letting the mind wander, activities often seen as idle, can spark the very creative solutions we need. This wandering thought process is often where the most profound innovations occur, as the mind is free to explore beyond conventional boundaries. Moreover, silence allows the brain to recover from cognitive overload. When we engage in periods of calm, the brain is able to consolidate memories, process emotions, and organize thoughts, which in turn enhances our ability to think creatively. It's no coincidence that many great thinkers, from Einstein to Steve Jobs, reported having their most groundbreaking ideas during moments of solitude or quiet contemplation. They recognized that creativity thrives when the mind is given the space to explore freely without the pressure of deadlines or external demands. As we make time for silence in our lives, we begin to cultivate an environment where creative thinking can flourish. Simple practices like meditation, spending time in nature, or even just sitting quietly without distractions allow us to reset and create mental clarity. This practice of quieting the mind is not just about relaxation, it's an intentional space for creativity to emerge. Over time, these moments of stillness create fertile ground for new ideas, insights, and solutions, which can ultimately lead to greater personal growth and professional success. Creativity, it turns out, is not just a byproduct of hard work and hustle. It's nurtured in the silent, undisturbed spaces where the mind has room to breathe, explore, and expand. By embracing the power of silence, we allow our minds to reach their full creative potential, opening the door to innovation, personal discovery, and deeper understanding. The brain's incredible ability to adapt, grow, and change throughout life is a testament to its remarkable plasticity, known as neuroplasticity. This process allows the brain to rewire itself in response to new experiences, learning, and even injury, continuously reshaping its networks of neurons and synapses. Every new skill, thought, or habit we develop triggers subtle changes in the brain's structure, creating new pathways and strengthening existing ones. These changes may be small and quiet, but over time they accumulate, leading to profound transformations in how we think, feel, and respond to the world. Neuroplasticity isn't just about learning new information or adapting to new circumstances. It also helps us recover from injuries or setbacks by allowing the brain to reroute functions from damaged areas to healthier regions. This process can be seen as a soft river, gently and gradually reshaping its banks over time, unseen and slow, yet powerful enough to alter the landscape of the mind. The more we engage with new challenges or form new habits, the more we stimulate this brain-wide reorganization, making the brain more flexible, resilient, and capable of handling new demands. This adaptability is particularly powerful as we age, showing that our capacity for growth and learning doesn't diminish with time. It only requires intentional engagement. Whether it's learning a new language, picking up a musical instrument, practicing mindfulness, or simply adopting a new perspective on a familiar problem, each action helps reinforce the brain's ability to evolve. And the beauty of neuroplasticity lies in its subtlety. Often, we don't even notice these changes as they happen. It's like planting a small seed and watching it grow into a mighty tree over the course of many years. The brain's ability to continuously remap itself is not limited to cognitive skills. It also shapes our emotional responses and behaviors, helping us become more adaptable, empathetic, and emotionally intelligent. Over time, this ongoing process of rewiring helps us develop more positive habits, healthier coping mechanisms, and a greater capacity for personal growth. The idea that the brain can constantly change and evolve, no matter our age or experience, underscores the power of neuroplasticity in shaping not only our minds but our lives as well, allowing us to grow smarter, more resilient, and more attuned to the world around us. Through the quiet, continuous flow of neuroplasticity, the brain demonstrates its incredible potential for growth, adaptation, and self-improvement, making it one of the most powerful and transformative forces in our lives. Emotional intelligence, EI, is the ability to recognize, understand, and manage our own emotions while also recognizing and influencing the emotions of others. And it plays a fundamental role in maintaining mental balance, fostering healthy relationships, and enhancing decision-making abilities. At its core, emotional intelligence allows us to stay calm and clear-headed even in stressful or challenging situations, enabling us to navigate life's ups and downs with grace and resilience. By becoming more attuned to our emotions and learning to identify them in real time, we can prevent ourselves from being overwhelmed or ruled by impulsive reactions. Recognizing feelings, whether they're frustration, joy, sadness, or excitement, allows the mind to create calm, thoughtful patterns of response, enabling us to make wiser choices and engage with others more empathetically. In fact, emotional intelligence is not just about feeling, but about feeling wisely. It involves regulating our emotions in a way that aligns with our goals and values, ensuring that we don't act impulsively or let emotions cloud our judgment. This self-regulation is a key component of EI, and it helps foster healthier relationships, both with ourselves and with others. Emotional intelligence also extends to social awareness, being able to understand the emotions of others, read social cues, and respond to people with empathy and compassion. This skill fosters deeper connections, improves communication, and helps resolve conflicts more effectively. It's important to note that emotional intelligence is not a fixed trait. It can be developed and cultivated over time with intention and practice. By engaging in mindfulness, self-reflection, and empathy-building exercises, we can strengthen our EI and ultimately enhance our overall well-being. The beauty of emotional intelligence is that it allows us to approach life with a more balanced, centered perspective, ensuring that we are not just intellectually capable, but also emotionally attuned and responsive. Recognizing emotions as part of our intelligence allows us to act thoughtfully and intentionally, rather than being driven by unchecked emotional impulses. This process of integrating emotional awareness with cognitive decision-making is what makes emotional intelligence a powerful tool for personal growth, successful relationships, and effective leadership. As we grow more emotionally intelligent, we are better able to handle life's challenges with a sense of calm and clarity, leading to more fulfilling and harmonious lives. Emotional intelligence is a reminder that intelligence isn't just about knowing facts, it's about understanding and navigating our emotions with wisdom, empathy, and a sense of balance. Pattern recognition is a foundational cognitive skill that deeply influences how we perceive, understand, and interact with the world. The brain's affinity for detecting patterns, whether in shapes, sounds, behaviors, or natural rhythms, underpins much of our intelligence, from basic learning to advanced problem solving. This ability to identify and process patterns begins early in life and is constantly at work, even when we aren't consciously aware of it. From the moment we wake, our brain starts scanning the environment for familiar patterns, whether it's the timing of traffic lights, the way a friend greets us, or the changes in weather as seasons shift. The brain's knack for pattern recognition helps simplify the complex world around us by allowing us to create mental shortcuts that improve our efficiency. For instance, when we recognize patterns in speech, facial expressions, or social cues, we are able to understand meaning and respond more quickly. This process isn't just functional, it's vital for learning. As we encounter new information, the brain looks for connections between the new and the known, helping us integrate knowledge more seamlessly. Interestingly, pattern recognition goes beyond practical problem solving. It also enhances our ability to find beauty and calm in the world. Nature, in particular, offers an endless array of patterns, from the symmetry of leaves to the cyclical movements of the tides. When we pause to observe these rhythms, whether it's the repetitive sound of waves on a beach or the way tree branches sway in the wind, our minds naturally enter a state of relaxation. These natural patterns calm the brain, promoting mental clarity and reducing stress. This is where pattern recognition has a therapeutic effect. It helps us attune to the present moment and fosters a sense of order and peace in our lives. When we engage with these natural rhythms, the mind is able to relax and process information more efficiently, creating a balanced mental state that enhances our overall cognitive function. Furthermore, recognizing subtle patterns also plays a crucial role in creativity. By training our brain to spot underlying structures in both familiar and unfamiliar environments, we improve our cognitive flexibility, the ability to adapt and apply knowledge in new ways. Whether it's solving a complex puzzle or finding innovative solutions to everyday problems, pattern recognition allows us to approach challenges with greater insight and creativity. The ability to detect patterns, even in chaotic or seemingly random data, is a skill that sharpens our critical thinking and analytical abilities. It encourages us to look beyond the surface and explore deeper connections, fostering a more nuanced understanding of the world. This process of learning to notice and appreciate patterns in all areas of life also enhances emotional intelligence. By observing the patterns of human behavior, we become more adept at recognizing emotions, social cues, and interpersonal dynamics. In this way, pattern recognition shapes our relationships and interactions, helping us navigate social environments with greater empathy and understanding. In essence, the power of pattern recognition lies in its dual function. It's both an intellectual tool and a pathway to mental calm. Whether we are solving complex problems or simply taking time to observe the world around us, recognizing patterns sharpens the mind while fostering a deeper sense of peace and coherence. As we develop this skill, we not only become better at understanding the world intellectually, but also more attuned to the rhythms that bring balance and order to our lives. Over time, this quiet yet powerful skill strengthens our ability to think, adapt, and connect, enriching our intelligence and enhancing our overall well-being. Language is not just a tool for communication. It's a fundamental force that shapes our thoughts, perceptions, and understanding of the world. Each word we hear, read, or speak has the power to subtly influence our thinking, reinforcing neural pathways that shape how we process information, make decisions, and relate to others. This quiet, continuous process occurs largely beneath the surface of conscious awareness, but its impact is profound. Every sentence we encounter is more than just a string of words. It's an opportunity to reinforce a particular way of thinking, a pattern of thought that becomes stronger the more it is repeated. Whether it's the language we use to describe our emotions, the way we articulate our goals, or the narratives we tell ourselves about the world, these linguistic choices shape the framework of our thoughts and guide our actions. For example, when we describe a challenging situation using calm, constructive language, we are training our brain to approach the challenge with a more organized, problem-solving mindset. On the other hand, when we use negative or defeatist language, we inadvertently reinforce neural pathways that lead to stress, anxiety, or helplessness. This means that the words we choose in our daily lives, both in conversation with others and in our inner dialogue, play a crucial role in how we think and feel. Language helps structure our thoughts, providing the mental scaffolding needed for complex reasoning, planning, and emotional regulation. Thinking in a calm, structured way is like tracing a soft path through a forest, steady, deliberate, and clear. Just as a well-trodden path makes it easier to navigate through dense trees, a structured way of thinking allows us to approach problems, decisions, and emotional responses with clarity and focus. The more we practice structured thinking, organizing our thoughts, using clear language, and approaching problems step by step, the easier it becomes for our brains to find that path again when faced with new challenges. This kind of thinking is not about rushing to conclusions or reacting impulsively. It's about slowing down and considering all the possibilities, weighing options thoughtfully, and navigating through complexity with calm deliberation. Over time, this structured thinking becomes a habit, one that enhances our ability to stay focused, reduce stress, and make better decisions. It's not just about thinking logically. It's about creating mental space where our thoughts can flow smoothly and clearly, without the clutter of confusion, fear, or rushed conclusions. In essence, language serves as both a map and a compass for the mind. The way we structure our thoughts influences the way we understand and engage with the world. The more we train ourselves to use language in a deliberate, calm, and thoughtful way, the more we strengthen neural pathways that lead to clarity, emotional balance, and cognitive resilience. This relationship between language and thought also extends to creativity. Language is the medium through which we articulate our ideas, form new concepts, and explore novel solutions to problems. The act of speaking or writing out thoughts can be a powerful way to clarify our thinking, make sense of complex issues, and even spark new ideas. The more we engage with language, whether through reading, writing, or conversation, the more we train our brains to think critically, creatively, and clearly. Our ability to frame questions, ask for clarification, and engage in reflective dialogue all contributes to a deeper understanding of ourselves and the world around us. Additionally, language is not just external, it also shapes the internal narrative we carry with us. The stories we tell ourselves about our capabilities, our potential, and our place in the world are all influenced by the words we use to describe our experiences. By consciously shifting the language we use in our inner dialogue, choosing empowering words over limiting ones, or framing challenges as opportunities rather than obstacles. We can shift the way we think and feel about ourselves, which ultimately influences the decisions we make and the actions we take. Ultimately, the connection between language and thought reveals how deeply intertwined our cognitive processes are with the words we use. Every time we engage with language, whether reading, listening, speaking, or writing, we are shaping the way our minds function and perceive the world. Language is not just a tool for communication. It is a shaping force that influences our intelligence, our emotions, and our actions. By being mindful of the language we use and cultivating the practice of structured, calm thinking, we can strengthen the neural pathways that lead to clearer, more organized, and more empowered thought patterns. Over time, these pathways help create a mental landscape that is more resilient, more creative, and more capable of navigating the complexities of life with clarity and purpose. Through the quiet, steady flow of language, we not only enhance our cognitive abilities but also nurture a mindset that supports personal growth, emotional balance, and intellectual clarity. Problem solving, when approached slowly and mindfully, can be one of the most effective ways to activate and nurture intelligence without inducing stress or pressure. In our fast-paced world, we often rush to find solutions, hopping to resolve challenges as quickly as possible. But this hurried approach can sometimes lead to poor decisions, overlooked details, and unnecessary anxiety. The true power of problem solving lies not in the speed with which we arrive at an answer, but in the process itself. When we take the time to pause, reflect, and approach problems with a calm and clear mind, we allow our brain to work more effectively, drawing on creativity, logic, and intuition in ways that are far more efficient than racing to a conclusion. Mindful problem solving involves breaking down complex challenges into smaller, manageable pieces, considering various perspectives, and exploring multiple solutions without rushing toward a single outcome. This approach helps reduce stress and allows for deeper cognitive engagement, which not only leads to better solutions, but also enhances our ability to think critically and creatively in the future. The process of solving problems slowly and thoughtfully nurtures the mind, strengthening cognitive flexibility and emotional regulation. Each time we approach a challenge with calm deliberation, we build mental resilience, teaching ourselves to stay composed even in the face of uncertainty. It's this slow, steady process that allows the brain to fully integrate information, consider different angles, and choose the most effective course of action. Additionally, this mindful approach to problem solving encourages a deeper understanding of the problem itself, fostering a sense of connection to the issue at hand rather than simply focusing on the outcome. In doing so, it nurtures intellectual growth and fosters a sense of accomplishment and satisfaction that comes from not just solving a problem but engaging with it fully. As we make a habit of approaching problems with calm mindfulness, we also cultivate a more balanced, stress-free approach to life's challenges, reinforcing the idea that the journey is just as important as the destination. Ultimately, this slow and mindful process of problem-solving activates intelligence in a way that is sustainable, thoughtful, and deeply fulfilling, allowing the mind to grow stronger, clearer, and more adaptable with each challenge we face. The brain, despite being only about 2% of your body's total weight, uses an astonishing 20% of your body's energy, even when you're resting or sleeping. This energy consumption is a testament to the brain's constant, underlying activity and its unrelenting demand for resources to maintain cognitive function. Even during moments of stillness or inactivity, the brain is far from idle. It's constantly processing information, consolidating memories, regulating emotions, and performing maintenance tasks. This quiet, invisible work is what allows us to think, reason, and respond to the world around us. The fact that the brain uses such a significant portion of our energy, even when we're not consciously aware of it, serves as a reminder that intelligence isn't a sporadic, intense burst of activity. It's a gentle, steady hum that runs continuously, silently, beneath the surface. The brain's energy use reflects its ongoing process of learning, adapting, and processing the world. Whether you're daydreaming, reflecting on past experiences, or making small decisions throughout the day, your brain is working hard to keep everything running smoothly. This constant activity is what makes the brain such a powerful organ. It's always engaged, always processing, always refining. The energy it consumes is necessary to fuel the intricate web of neural connections, synapses, and chemical signals that keep our thoughts, emotions, and bodily functions in balance. Even when you're not actively solving problems or learning new information, the brain is still at work, performing a multitude of behind-the-scenes tasks. This quiet energy use underscores the idea that intelligence isn't about sporadic bursts of effort, but about a steady, consistent process of engagement with the world, whether that's through active thinking or simply resting and processing. The brain's constant energy consumption also suggests that rest is essential for its ongoing function. Just as the brain consumes energy when we are awake, it needs time to recharge during sleep, where it clears out waste products, consolidates memories, and prepares for the next day. This cycle of activity and rest allows the brain to remain sharp, adaptable, and ready to engage with the world in new ways, reinforcing the idea that intelligence is not about being idle, but about the ongoing, quiet hum of energy that drives our thoughts, behaviors, and interactions. The more we understand and appreciate the brain's constant activity, the more we can support its needs through proper nutrition, rest, and mental exercises, ensuring that our intelligence continues to grow, adapt, and thrive. Music is far more than just a pleasurable experience. It has a profound effect on the brain, shaping cognitive function, enhancing emotional well-being, and fostering neural connections that support intelligence and mental clarity. Soft music, in particular, has been shown to improve focus and concentration by stimulating specific areas of the brain that are responsible for attention and memory. When we listen to calming melodies, the brain's neural networks become more connected, creating smoother pathways for information to flow. This connection enhances our ability to concentrate, making it easier to process information, solve problems, and think creatively. In this sense, music can be viewed as a mental workout, strengthening cognitive abilities in a gentle, non-invasive way. The process is subtle. Listening to music doesn't force the brain to work harder. Rather, it creates an environment where cognitive abilities can flourish naturally, free from distraction. Furthermore, listening to music slowly and attentively allows the mind to relax and settle, reducing stress and anxiety, which in turn improves cognitive function. The act of immersing ourselves in a melody, whether it's classical, instrumental, or even nature sounds, calms the nervous system, lowering cortisol levels and creating a more balanced mental state. This relaxed focus is conducive to deeper thinking and problem solving, as it allows the mind to be more open, creative, and receptive to new ideas. Music in this way becomes a tool not only for relaxation, but also for growth, encouraging neural development and enhancing the brain's ability to adapt and change. In fact, research suggests that listening to music, particularly at a slow, mindful pace, can stimulate brain regions associated with memory, learning, and emotional processing. Over time, this gentle stimulation fosters mental agility and resilience, allowing us to approach challenges with greater clarity and calmness. The effect of music on the brain is cumulative. The more we engage with it in a mindful, relaxed way, the more it helps to enhance our mental capacity, contributing to overall brain health and emotional well-being. This slow, subtle growth through music exemplifies the power of quiet, intentional engagement in promoting cognitive and emotional development. It's a reminder that intelligence isn't just about mental effort. It's about creating the right environment for the mind to relax, absorb, and grow. By incorporating soft music into our daily routines, we can foster a mental environment that encourages focus, creativity, and overall cognitive well-being. Imagination is one of the most powerful tools the human mind possesses, stretching intelligence beyond the constraints of logic, reason, and reality. It allows us to explore new ideas, envision possibilities, and innovate in ways that would otherwise be impossible. The beauty of imagination lies in its ability to take us beyond the present moment, opening doors to a vast, boundless space where anything is possible. When we engage our imagination, we tap into an infinite reservoir of creativity and potential, creating mental blueprints for new solutions, inventions, and ways of thinking. Dreaming, whether it's daydreaming or night dreaming, is a form of mental exploration that fosters cognitive flexibility and growth. Even consciously allowing the mind to wander through imaginary scenarios enables us to think freely without the limitations of immediate reality. This process, though quiet and seemingly passive, activates many parts of the brain, stimulating problem solving, emotional processing, and the ability to see the world from new perspectives. Imagination is not just for artists or writers. It is an essential part of intelligence that we all use every day, whether we realize it or not. When we imagine, we create mental simulations of experiences that help us rehearse actions, plan for the future, or process emotions in a safe, controlled environment. This kind of mental rehearsal strengthens neural connections, improves decision-making, and enhances our capacity to navigate complex situations in real life. Moreover, imagination allows us to transcend the present and explore abstract ideas, making connections between seemingly unrelated concepts and producing new insights. It is in this space of mental exploration that true innovation occurs, as the mind freely connects dots and forms new patterns that can lead to breakthroughs in thought, science, art, and personal growth. Even if these imagined scenarios never materialize in the physical world, the very act of imagining helps to expand our thinking, enriching our understanding of what could be. Imagination, in this sense, is not just a fanciful escape from reality. It is a tool that nurtures intelligence by stretching our mental boundaries, encouraging us to think beyond what we know, and to embrace the infinite possibilities that lie ahead. This gentle, boundless journey through imagination helps us grow, adapt, and innovate, making it a vital part of our cognitive and creative development. By giving the mind the freedom to wander, dream, and envision without limits, we unlock the potential for limitless growth, discovery, and creativity. Through the magic of imagination, intelligence transcends the immediate and the practical, reaching into the infinite and the unknown. Reading is not just a way to pass the time or absorb information. It's a gentle, yet powerful exercise that strengthens comprehension, attention, and cognitive engagement. When we read slowly, we allow our minds to fully process each word, sentence, and idea, giving ourselves the space to understand deeply rather than skimming over surface details. This slower pace of reading enhances our ability to retain information, make connections between ideas, and engage critically with the material. Just as physical exercise strengthens the body, reading slowly strengthens the mind by encouraging sustained focus and mental clarity. Each page, each paragraph, offers a quiet opportunity to immerse ourselves in someone else's thoughts and perspective. This process of engaging with another person's ideas, whether in fiction, nonfiction, or poetry, acts like a peaceful walk through the landscape of their mind, expanding our own understanding of the world and offering new ways of thinking. The more we read, the more we expose ourselves to different ways of thinking, unique experiences, and unfamiliar concepts, which broadens our intellectual and emotional horizons. Reading helps to train the brain to think more critically and empathetically, as we are constantly asked to consider perspectives other than our own and reflect on the meaning behind words. Additionally, reading can improve our vocabulary and language skills, as we are regularly exposed to new words and linguistic structures. This gentle exercise also helps enhance our attention span, as it requires sustained mental effort to focus on the text, process information, and follow a narrative or argument. Just like a walk through nature, Reading provides moments of quiet reflection, where we can disconnect from the noise of everyday life and lose ourselves in the rhythm of words, the ebb and flow of ideas, and the stories unfolding on the page. Over time, this act of reading slowly and mindfully strengthens our ability to concentrate, boosts our intellectual curiosity, and enhances our cognitive flexibility. Whether it's a few pages a day or an entire novel, reading becomes a form of mental nourishment that not only enhances comprehension and attention, but also offers a space for personal growth and discovery. In this way, reading is not just about acquiring knowledge. It's about expanding the mind and enriching our understanding of the world in a slow, deliberate, and deeply rewarding way. By taking the time to read at a calm pace, we engage in an exercise that nurtures both our intellect and our sense of connection to the thoughts and experiences of others. Sleep plays an essential and often underestimated role in learning, as it allows the brain to consolidate knowledge, strengthen memory, and deepen understanding. While we sleep, the brain actively processes and organizes the information we've encountered throughout the day, transferring short-term memories into long-term storage. This process of consolidation is crucial for making sense of new information and ensuring that it can be recalled when needed. In fact, sleep is not just a passive state of rest. It is a time when the brain works diligently to refine and solidify our cognitive abilities, improving memory retention, problem solving, and learning efficiency. Every stage of sleep, from light to deep sleep, plays a role in this process. But REM, rapid eye movement, sleep is particularly important for processing emotions and integrating complex ideas. During REM sleep, the brain is highly active, forming connections between various memories and experiences, which is why dreams often seem like a mix of fragmented thoughts and emotions. Every dream, in a way, acts as a soft rehearsal for life's lessons, helping the brain process and integrate new knowledge, emotions, and experiences into our understanding of the world. This dream rehearsal allows us to experiment with different scenarios, work through unresolved emotions, and rehearse future challenges in a safe mental space. As a result, sleep helps us prepare for the real world by allowing us to review, reflect, and solidify our learning in a subtle, yet profound way. Sleep also plays a key role in emotional regulation, which is vital for learning. When we rest, the brain clears out emotional and cognitive clutter, helping us approach problems with a clearer, more focused mind the following day. This process helps reduce mental fatigue and enhances cognitive performance, making it easier to tackle complex tasks and absorb new information. Research has shown that a good night's sleep can enhance our ability to think critically, be creative, and retain information, while a lack of sleep can impair these cognitive functions and make learning more difficult. This is why consistent, quality sleep is essential for both academic and personal growth. It not only restores the body, but also nurtures the mind, reinforcing the lessons and skills we acquire during our waking hours. The role of sleep in learning goes far beyond simple rest. It is an active process that supports memory consolidation, emotional processing, and cognitive integration, making it a vital component of the learning journey. By giving ourselves the time to rest and dream, we allow our minds to grow, adapt, and evolve, turning each night of sleep into an opportunity for deeper learning and personal development. Through sleep, the brain recharges, reorganizes, and prepares for new challenges, ensuring that every lesson learned during the day becomes a lasting part of our knowledge and understanding. Social intelligence, often referred to as the ability to navigate and understand social interactions, is one of the most important yet subtle forms of intelligence we cultivate. It grows through our daily interactions, where empathy and understanding become essential components of building meaningful connections with others. Each conversation, whether casual or deep, nurtures our ability to read social cues, interpret emotions, and respond with sensitivity. This intelligence is not about knowing facts or performing intellectual feats, but about understanding the emotional landscape of the people around us and engaging with them in ways that foster trust, respect, and cooperation. Through these gentle exchanges, whether we're listening to a friend, collaborating on a project, or simply sharing a moment with a loved one, we enhance our emotional intelligence and our ability to connect with others on a deeper level. Over time, this ongoing process of interaction and reflection helps us become more attuned to the needs, feelings, and perspectives of others, enriching our relationships and strengthening our ability to adapt in various social situations. The growth of social intelligence is often quiet and subtle, occurring in the small moments where we truly listen, empathize, and respond thoughtfully. These moments are like threads woven into the fabric of our social lives, forming the basis for stronger bonds and a more connected, harmonious world. Just as physical muscles grow through repeated use, social intelligence is nurtured through consistent, mindful interactions with others, each one adding to our understanding and capacity for connection. Unlike intellectual intelligence, which can sometimes be measured by tests or academic performance, social intelligence is often reflected in our everyday behaviors, the way we communicate, the way we care for others, and how we navigate complex social dynamics. It grows in the quiet moments of connection, where no outward accolades or rewards are given, but where true emotional growth occurs. Through empathy and understanding, we gain the ability to navigate the complexity of human relationships, seeing people for who they truly are and meeting them with compassion and respect. Social intelligence is vital not only in personal relationships, but also in professional environments, where the ability to collaborate, negotiate, and inspire others is essential for success. This intelligence allows us to move beyond surface-level interactions, recognizing the unspoken needs and emotions of those we engage with, and responding in ways that foster trust and understanding. It also gives us the capacity to manage conflict, understanding that behind every disagreement lies a deeper set of emotions, concerns, or misunderstandings that can be resolved through thoughtful communication. Furthermore, social intelligence enhances our leadership abilities. Leaders who possess strong social intelligence can inspire, motivate, and guide others with empathy and sensitivity, creating an environment where people feel valued and understood. Social intelligence also strengthens our emotional resilience, as it helps us navigate the ups and downs of human relationships with grace and understanding. By developing this intelligence, we become better equipped to face challenges in our personal and professional lives, responding with calmness, insight, and a deeper awareness of the needs and emotions of others. Like a skillful artist crafting a masterpiece, our social intelligence evolves slowly over time, shaped by the quiet, yet powerful conversations and subtle connections we experience each day. It teaches us that intelligence isn't always loud or overt. Sometimes, the most profound growth happens quietly in the spaces between words, in the gestures of kindness, and in the shared silences that speak volumes. Social intelligence, in its essence, is about building bridges, connecting with others in ways that are meaningful, supportive, and full of mutual understanding. Through this quiet, ongoing process of learning from and with others, our intelligence deepens, our relationships strengthen, and we grow as individuals, becoming more attuned to the world around us. Ultimately, social intelligence teaches us that our ability to connect with others, empathize, communicate, and collaborate is one of the most important and impactful forms of intelligence we can cultivate in life. Mindfulness and awareness are powerful tools that enhance cognitive calm, focusing the mind on the present moment and helping to foster a deeper sense of clarity, peace, and mental well-being. By paying attention to the here and now, we can reduce stress, improve concentration, and cultivate a sense of balance and relaxation. Mindfulness is more than just a practice. It's a way of being, where we consciously bring our attention to what is happening in the present without judgment or distraction. This practice encourages us to observe our thoughts, feelings, and surroundings without getting caught up in them, allowing us to respond to situations more thoughtfully rather than react impulsively. Every breath we take, every small moment of awareness, serves as a gentle exercise for the mind, helping to quiet mental chatter and create a space of calm. In today's fast-paced world, the mind is often cluttered with worries about the future, regrets from the past, or distractions that pull us away from the present. Mindfulness helps us slow down, bringing our awareness back to the present moment where we can fully experience life as it is, rather than being caught in a whirlwind of thoughts. This practice is not about forcing the mind to be quiet, but about gently guiding it back to a place of stillness when it wanders. The more we practice mindfulness, the more we strengthen our ability to focus, process information, and respond with clarity and patience. It's like training a muscle. The more we practice, the more naturally mindfulness becomes a part of our daily lives. Each moment of mindfulness, whether it's noticing the sensation of the ground beneath our feet, the sound of birds outside, or the rhythm of our breath, helps to center the mind and calm the nervous system. This heightened awareness allows us to engage with life in a more present and conscious way, improving our decision-making and emotional regulation. Research has shown that mindfulness not only reduces stress, but also enhances cognitive function, boosting memory, attention, and creativity. When we are fully present, we are able to see the world more clearly, make better decisions, and engage in deeper, more meaningful connections with others. Each thought, breath, and observation can be a soothing exercise for the mind, allowing us to cultivate a sense of peace and mindfulness that permeates every aspect of our lives. Through mindfulness, we learn to let go of the need to control or fix things and instead allow ourselves to be in the flow of the present moment. This mindset shift leads to a greater sense of freedom, where we can accept life as it unfolds, rather than feeling overwhelmed by it. Additionally, mindfulness enhances emotional intelligence by helping us become more aware of our emotions as they arise, allowing us to respond rather than react. When we practice mindfulness, we train ourselves to pause before making judgments or decisions, giving us the opportunity to choose our responses with greater awareness and intention. This conscious awareness also helps us build resilience, as we become more adept at navigating challenges with a calm, clear mind. By incorporating mindfulness into our daily routine, we can reduce the mental clutter that often leads to stress and anxiety, making space for creativity, focus, and deeper insight. The practice of mindfulness and awareness is like a gentle, ongoing exercise for the mind, one that nurtures mental clarity, emotional balance, and cognitive calm. It's not about achieving a state of perfect stillness, but about learning to accept and navigate the natural ebb and flow of thoughts, emotions, and experiences with a sense of acceptance and grace. Over time, this practice fosters a greater sense of peace, both within ourselves and in our interactions with the world, helping us to live more mindfully, attentively, and joyfully. The default mode network, DMN, is a collection of brain regions that becomes active when we are at rest or not focused on external tasks, playing a crucial role in self-reflection, creativity, memory consolidation, and emotional processing. Far from being a waste of time, daydreaming and mind-wandering activate the DMN, allowing the brain to make connections between disparate ideas, solve problems, and process emotions. This network helps us integrate past experiences, envision future possibilities, and even foster creativity by linking seemingly unrelated concepts. In today's fast-paced, technology-driven world, however, constant distractions can disrupt the DMN's natural rhythm, leading to burnout and reduced cognitive flexibility. Embracing moments of mental downtime, whether through mindfulness, creative activities, or simply allowing time for daydreaming, can help restore the brain's natural processing power, supporting mental well-being and innovation. Small daily habits, such as journaling, walking, or practicing mindfulness, are powerful yet often overlooked tools for enhancing cognitive function, emotional well-being, and overall intelligence. While they may appear to be minor actions in the moment, when practiced consistently over time, These simple routines can lead to profound improvements in mental clarity, creativity, and problem-solving skills. Neuroscientific research, particularly the concept of neuroplasticity, reveals that our brains are constantly rewiring and adapting based on our daily activities. And by incorporating positive habits into our lives, we can actually shape our brains for greater intelligence and resilience. For instance, journaling helps organize thoughts, clarify emotions, and boost memory. Walking stimulates cognitive processes and increases brain activity. And mindfulness practices reduce stress, improve focus, and foster emotional regulation. Together, these habits form a foundation for personal growth and cognitive development, often without the need for drastic changes or overwhelming effort. Over the course of this session, we'll dive deep into how these small, manageable actions can be integrated into your daily life, and how their cumulative effect can lead to big gains in your mental capabilities and overall sense of well-being. By the end, you'll have practical tools and strategies to implement these small habits, helping you unlock your brain's potential while nurturing a more balanced and fulfilling life. Visualization and mental practice are powerful, yet often underestimated, tools for enhancing performance, strengthening cognitive abilities, and improving overall mental health. By imagining tasks, challenges, or goals before actually engaging in them, we activate the same neural pathways as if we were physically performing the task. This mental rehearsal trains the brain in a way that's akin to soft stretches for your thoughts, gently building and strengthening neural connections over time. Whether it's preparing for a presentation, rehearsing a sport, or visualizing personal goals, mental practice enables the brain to plan, anticipate obstacles, and refine actions without any physical effort. Visualization has been shown to improve motor skills, increase focus, and boost confidence by reinforcing positive mental images and reducing anxiety. Over time, this form of practice deepens cognitive flexibility, enhances creativity, and improves performance in real-world scenarios, all while requiring minimal resources or physical exertion. In this session, we will explore the science behind visualization, its benefits for mental and emotional health, and practical techniques you can use to incorporate mental rehearsal into your daily routine for lasting impact. Mistakes are often seen as setbacks, but in reality, they are one of the most valuable tools for learning and growth. Every error, no matter how small, serves as a gentle guide for future decisions, offering insights that we might not gain through success alone. When we make a mistake, the brain processes it, helping us identify what went wrong and how we can adjust our approach next time. This reflective process fosters deeper understanding and sharpens our decision-making abilities. Intelligence doesn't grow by avoiding failure. It grows through learning from it with patience and calm reflection. By embracing mistakes as opportunities for growth, we cultivate resilience, adaptability, and a more refined approach to challenges. In this session, we'll explore how viewing mistakes as teachers, rather than failures, can improve problem-solving skills, increase emotional intelligence, and foster a growth mindset. We'll discuss practical strategies for learning from errors, such as self-reflection, mindfulness, and positive self-talk, so that we can move forward with greater confidence and wisdom. The role of curiosity in play. Curiosity is at the heart of play, and both together fuel creativity and cognitive flexibility in profound ways. When we play, whether it's a game, a new activity, or even just exploring a new idea, our brain is actively engaged in learning and adapting. Play allows us to experiment, make mistakes, and reimagine the world around us, which enhances our problem-solving abilities and encourages out-of-the-box thinking. Even simple, quiet activities like puzzles, drawing, or exploring new hobbies can stimulate intelligence in subtle yet powerful ways, much like gentle ripples that expand across the surface of water. These small moments of curiosity-driven play create mental space for exploration, sparking new neural connections and strengthening our capacity for flexible thinking. This chapter delves into how embracing playfulness and curiosity, both in structured activities and free exploration, nurtures a more creative, adaptable mind, ultimately contributing to enhanced cognitive health and innovation. Nature and intelligence. Spending time in nature has a profound and calming impact on our minds, offering unique benefits for cognitive clarity, focus, and problem-solving abilities. The natural world, trees, rivers, skis, acts as a quiet teacher, inviting us to slow down, observe, and simply be present in the moment. Nature has a remarkable ability to reduce mental fatigue and restore attention, allowing us to think more clearly and make better decisions. Studies have shown that time spent outdoors, particularly in green spaces, enhances focus, creativity, and even memory retention. Nature teaches us to relax, to shift our attention away from the noise of daily life, and to observe with a sense of mindfulness. Whether it's walking through a forest, sitting by a river, or simply gazing at the sky, nature encourages us to reset our mental state, fostering better cognitive function and emotional balance. This chapter explores the deep connection between nature and intelligence, emphasizing how the quiet presence of the natural world can teach our brains to observe, reflect, and learn in a more relaxed and focused way. Meditation's soothing effect, meditation, particularly mindfulness, has a remarkable ability to enhance cognitive function, emotional regulation, and overall mental clarity. By practicing mindfulness or meditation, we train the brain to focus, reduce stress, and improve emotional resilience. These practices not only help calm the mind, but also foster better attention and memory retention by teaching us to stay present and engaged in the moment. Even a few minutes of mindful breathing or quiet reflection can create significant shifts in mental clarity and focus, much like tuning a delicate musical instrument. Just as a guitar needs periodic adjustments to keep its strings in harmony, the mind requires moments of stillness to reset and align itself. Over time, regular meditation helps strengthen neural pathways that regulate emotions and improve the brain's ability to concentrate. In this chapter, we'll explore how mindfulness and meditation can be used to gently tune the mind, enhancing emotional balance, boosting cognitive performance, and fostering a deeper connection with the present moment. Whether practiced for a few minutes daily or as part of a longer routine, the effects of meditation ripple through our lives, improving focus, memory, and emotional well-being. The brain's healing power, the brain's ability to heal and regenerate throughout life, is nothing short of remarkable, thanks to the process known as neurogenesis, the creation of new neurons. While neurogenesis is often associated with childhood development, recent research has shown that the brain continues to generate new neurons into adulthood, particularly in areas like the hippocampus, which is vital for memory and learning. This means that the brain is constantly renewing itself, adapting and evolving. Every calm, mindful activity we engage in, from meditation to walking in nature, supports this regenerative process, providing the brain with the necessary environment for growth and repair. Just as the body heals after exercise or rest, the brain also benefits from quiet moments of reflection, relaxation, and rest. In this chapter, we'll delve into how everyday activities contribute to neurogenesis, enhancing our cognitive resilience, emotional stability, and overall mental health. Whether it's through engaging in new learning experiences, practicing mindfulness, or simply giving ourselves space to rest, these quiet acts support the brain's continual regeneration, helping us stay sharp and adaptable at any age. Intelligence across the lifespan. Intelligence isn't static. It evolves and manifests in different ways throughout our lives. Research shows that various types of intelligence peak at different ages, each stage bringing its own strengths. For example, fluid intelligence, which is the ability to solve novel problems and think abstractly, tends to peak in young adulthood, while crystallized intelligence, which involves the accumulation of knowledge and experience, continues to grow well into middle age and beyond. This means that while our ability to think quickly may slow down as we age, our capacity for wisdom, understanding, and complex problem-solving increases over time. Growth in intelligence is a continuous and gentle process, not a race to a finish line. Every stage of life offers unique opportunities for cognitive and emotional growth. In this chapter, we'll explore how intelligence develops across the lifespan, emphasizing the importance of nurturing different types of cognitive abilities at various ages. Whether we're in our 20s, 40s, or 60s, growth remains a constant, and our ability to adapt and learn doesn't end. It only changes form, allowing us to contribute in new and meaningful ways at every stage of life. The science of curiosity. Curiosity is a fundamental force that drives human learning and growth. It's not merely an abstract concept, it has a biological basis. When we approach something with curiosity, our brain releases dopamine asterisk, the feel-good neurotransmitter that plays a crucial role in motivation and pleasure. This release of dopamine encourages us to explore and learn, creating a cycle of reward that fuels further curiosity. Over time, this gentle reinforcement transforms learning into a pleasurable experience. The more curious we are, the more our brain seeks out new information, reinforcing cognitive flexibility and creativity. As we follow our curiosity, we don't just accumulate facts, we also develop the ability to think critically, solve problems, and adapt to new environments. This chapter will explore how curiosity fosters a sense of joy in discovery, ignites creativity, and helps the brain build new connections, showing that the pursuit of knowledge can be as fulfilling as it is enlightening. Multitasking versus focus. In our hyperconnected world, multitasking has become the norm, but it often comes at a cost. While multitasking may seem efficient, it actually impairs cognitive performance by dividing attention across multiple tasks. Studies have shown that the brain isn't truly capable of focusing on two complex tasks at the same time. Instead, it switches rapidly between them, which results in diminished attention, errors, and slower processing. In contrast, asterisk-focused attention allows the brain to work more efficiently, enhancing the quality of the output. When we concentrate deeply on one task, we engage our cognitive resources fully, enabling deeper thinking, improved problem-solving, and greater retention of information. The brain thrives on deliberate, focused thought asterisk, where we can explore ideas, reflect on possibilities, and build mental clarity. This chapter will show how carving out time for focused work can strengthen intelligence, increase productivity, and create a more fulfilling way to approach challenge. Humor and the brain. Laughter is an extraordinary cognitive tool. It engages multiple areas of the brain simultaneously, boosting creativity, improving problem-solving skills, and enhancing emotional regulation. When we laugh, the brain activates the reward system, releasing endorphins which not only enhance mood but also improve our ability to think flexibly and creatively. Humor allows us to approach problems from new angles, break down complex ideas into simpler ones, and reduce stress by lowering cortisol levels. Even a smile can trigger a cascade of positive effects, improving mood, lowering anxiety, and fostering a sense of connection with others. Humor can stimulate brain regions responsible for memory, emotional processing, and social intelligence, creating a fertile ground for creativity and innovative thinking. This chapter will delve into how humor serves as both a cognitive tool and an emotional balm, making it a gentle yet powerful agent of intelligence. The mind's adaptability. One of the brain's most remarkable features is its adaptability, often referred to as neuroplasticity. This allows the brain to rewire itself in response to new experiences, challenges, and learning opportunities. Just as nature adapts to changing environments, the brain can shift, grow, and evolve over time. This adaptability is crucial for maintaining cognitive flexibility and intelligence. Whether we are learning a new language, navigating unfamiliar environments, or recovering from an injury, the brain is constantly adjusting and finding new ways to function. This process is gradual and happens over time, much like the way soft breezes bend tall grass without breaking it. In this chapter, we'll explore how the brain's ability to adapt to new experiences makes intelligence a lifelong journey. By embracing challenges and changing circumstances, we can continue to expand our mental capacity, develop new skills, and refine our understanding of the world. Sleep's dream work. Sleep is not just a time for rest. It is an essential part of cognitive processing and emotional regulation. During sleep, particularly during the rapid eye movement (REM) stage, the brain engages in dreaming, which serves as a form of mental rehearsal. Dreams allow the brain to process emotions, reflect on experiences, and experiment with solutions to unresolved problems. In essence, dreams help the mind practice potential scenarios, allowing us to approach challenges with more clarity and insight upon waking. Sleep also plays a crucial role in consolidating memories and reinforcing learning. Just like a computer needs to reboot after heavy usage, the brain needs sleep to refresh itself, integrate new knowledge, and clear out excess information. This chapter will show how DreamWork is an important part of maintaining intelligence, offering the mind the opportunity to problem solve, make connections, and prepare for the next day. Nutrition and cognitive calm. The food we eat has a direct impact on how our brain functions, affecting everything from memory and concentration to mood and emotional regulation. Proper nutrition provides the brain with the fuel it needs to function optimally. Key nutrients like omega-3 fatty acids, found in foods such as fish, walnuts, and flax seeds, are essential for maintaining the brain's structure and supporting cognitive processes. A balanced diet rich in vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants helps protect brain cells from oxidative stress and inflammation, while also enhancing memory, focus, and mood. Eating mindfully, paying attention to how we nourish our bodies, supports mental clarity and emotional balance. Just as we fuel our cars to run efficiently, our brains need proper nutrients to perform at their best. This chapter will highlight the importance of mindful eating and the role of nutrition in enhancing cognitive performance and emotional stability. Observing versus reacting asterisk. In a world filled with constant stimulation, it's easy to react impulsively to events as they unfold. However, calm observation taking a moment to pause and reflect before responding, allows us to approach situations with greater insight, wisdom, and emotional control. By observing without judgment, we give ourselves the space to process information and make more informed decisions. This practice nurtures emotional regulation, helping us respond thoughtfully rather than reactively. It also fosters a deeper understanding of ourselves and others, leading to better problem-solving and conflict resolution. In this chapter, we'll explore how taking the time to pause and observe before acting can strengthen our emotional intelligence and sharpen our decision-making abilities, ultimately improving our mental clarity and wisdom. Intelligence and music creation. Music is a powerful force for cognitive development, whether we're composing, playing an instrument, or simply listening. Music engages multiple regions of the brain involved in memory, attention, emotional processing, and creativity. Creating music or playing an instrument has been shown to improve working memory motor skills and even emotional intelligence . The process of learning music involves fine-tuning concentration, patience, and emotional expression, all of which contribute to overall cognitive growth. The integration of rhythm, melody, and harmony creates a unique form of mental engagement that strengthens neural connections and enhances creative thinking. This chapter will show how music, as a form of creative expression nurtures cognitive development, increases focus, and fosters a deep sense of emotional and intellectual connection. The subtlety of thought asterisk. Even in our quietest moments of thought, the brain is actively engaged in neural processing. Gentle reflection asterisk asterisk, pausing to think about a problem, an idea, or a feeling, can be just as powerful as more intense problem solving. The mind continuously processes information, even when we're not consciously aware of it. These moments of quiet thought help us make connections, refine our understanding, and uncover new insights. By allowing ourselves to reflect, we give our brains the time and space to process complex ideas and emotions. This chapter will explore how quiet thinking and subtle reflection can spark creativity, enhance understanding, and strengthen cognitive function, proving that even the softest thoughts have a profound impact on our mental capacity. Mind wandering and insights asterisk. Mind wandering, often seen as a distraction, can actually be a asterisk asterisk powerful source of creativity asterisk. When we let our minds drift freely, our brains engage in asterisk asterisk default mode network activity asterisk asterisk, which helps us make connections between unrelated ideas and solve problems in new ways. This is when many of our most creative insights emerge, often when we're not trying to focus at all. Mind wandering allows the brain to relax, process information, and find innovative solutions without the pressure of deliberate problem solving. In this chapter, we'll discuss how embracing moments of mental wandering can lead to creative breakthroughs, and how these seemingly unproductive moments contribute to strengthening intelligence and emotional resilience. The infinite potential within. Intelligence is not limited by age, experience, or circumstance. It is a dynamic and infinite process that continues to grow and adapt throughout life. Just as nature is always in a state of flux, so too is the mind, constantly evolving and regenerating itself. The process of asterisk asterisk neuroplasticity asterisk ensures that the brain remains capable of learning, adapting, and growing, no matter where we are in life. Whether through active learning, reflection, or rest, the brain is always nurturing itself, expanding its capacity for understanding and problem solving. In this chapter, we'll explore how intelligence is a continuous, infinite journey, one that is nurtured not just through effort, but also through moments of calm, reflection, and rest. The potential for growth is endless, proving that quiet asterisk asterisk moments of introspection and rest are as powerful as active learning and striving. These chapters form a cohesive journey through the quiet, subtle processes that nurture intelligence, creativity, and emotional well-being. By embracing practices like mindfulness, humor, focused attention, and rest, we can tap into the brain's vast potential for growth and adaptability.